What's different about the sound of these chords? Well, what we're going to be discussing today is we're going to be learning one of the big secrets that's known amongst musicians. And that is if you change the bottom note, the bass note in your left hand of the chord that you're playing, you're actually going to completely change the sound of what you're doing. You're going to make your chords sound more contemporary. So, what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be applying this to a song that we'll be learning to play today. So, just to give you a little sample of the song, it'll be something like this. Okay, so we're going to actually go ahead and learn how to do that. So, anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in and get started. So, here's what we're going to do. First thing we need to do is we're going to be playing the same three chords. So we're going to be in the key of C. You remember the key of C from the last lesson? All white keys, right? C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're back to 1. So we're going to play the same three chords that we did before. We're going to play the 1 chord, 4 chord, and the 5 chord. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to play inversions of those chords. And you remember an inversion is the same exact notes, but just in a different order. All right? So all we're going to do for the C chord, instead of playing it like this in root position with the root on the bottom, we're going to play it in the first inversion. You remember to form that from the last lesson? Drop the C, put the C on top. You're going to take this an octave lower, play it down here so that your top note is going to be middle C. Going to do the same thing for the F chord. So the F chord, root position is that. Drop the bottom note, put it on top. All right, so the way we'll play the F chord now in the first inversion is with A, C, and F. And then the G chord, do the same thing. Drop the bottom note, put the G on top. And that's our G chord first inversion. All right. So let me just put the bass note in the left hand. So the C chord, first inversion. F chord, first inversion. G chord, first inversion. Okay. So that would be the way that we'll play our chords for the majority of this song. So anyway, let me go ahead and play the song through for you. I'll play it twice. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me break that down. So if you take a look, our song here is actually 8 bars long. And you'll see what I mean by that as we learn it. So anyway, let's start. When we start, you'll notice C is going to be our first chord, but we're going to play the inversion. All right? Then the second chord after that is going to be the F chord. And again, we're going to play the first inversion on that F chord. So for right now, let's just put the C in the bass and then the F in the bass. So now let me show you that bass line for those 2 bars. So here's what we're doing. This is middle C, 1 C lower, 2 C's lower. So left hand is starting down here. If you play a C chord down here, it sounds horrible because it's too low. It gets very muddy. All right? So what we're doing is we're hitting the bottom note, and then we're hitting the top note, letting the bottom note go. All right. So the rhythm is this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now for the F chord, we're doing the same thing. We're coming up here to F, and instead of playing the whole chord like this, we're playing the bottom note and the top note. Okay. So what happens is when I put the chords with it, it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then in the next bar, you see we have G over E. Now, what does that mean? What it means is this: the G tells you the chord that you're playing. /E, the E tells you what note to play in the bass or your left hand. Okay? So this is G over E. Now, what we're actually doing is in the right hand, instead of playing G in the root position, remember we're playing the first inversion. So that's the sound we get. Okay, and then the next bar says G/A. So again, think of it like this: G chord over A. And you see it's a very nice sounding chord. It gives you a very contemporary sound. Now, I'm not going to go into the music theory in this video. We'll save that for a future lesson. So anyway, let's play the first 4 bars. So we started with the C. Remember it was like this. Then we went to the F. Then G over E. Now in the left hand, what I'm doing is I'm playing E. I'm pretending like I'm playing an E minor chord, okay? If we go back to our chords real quick, remember that was the 1 chord, right? Because it starts in the first note. If I go to the next note, number 2, skip every other key, that gives me a 2 chord. Okay, if I skip another note, or go up to the next note, I should say, number 3, this gives me a 3 chord. All right, that's about the extent of the theory I want to get into. So what happens is with the 3 chord, what we're doing is we're playing the bottom note and the top note. That's how I'm getting that, okay? But you don't have to remember it's a 3 chord. So anyway, what we're doing is we're playing the G chord inversion, and we're doing this for the G over E, bar 3. Okay? When we get to bar 4, the G over A, all we're doing is hitting both together and holding for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So let's play those first 4 bars. Why don't you play it with me? I'll count it a little slower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. To the F. To the G over E. To the G over A. Okay, let's do it one more time, and this time I'm not going to say anything. This way you can hear the full sound of the chords. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in the second 4 bars, or the last 4 bars, you can see we have F over D, or F/D, then F/G, and then we have a C chord followed by an F/G. All right, so what happens is we have F chord, remember we're doing the inversion, over D. Okay, the next bar we have F over G. So let's discuss the bass line for those 2 bars, all right? So the F over D, here's what's happening. For your D bass line, we're doing that. So we're pretending like we're playing the 2 chord, except we're playing the bottom note going to the top, okay? Don't worry about the theory. Just you remember that you're playing D going to A. Okay, with the F chord in the right hand. So it's like this. When we get to the F over G, we're going to do the same thing. So our left hand, we're going to come up here to G. So we're actually pretending like we're playing a G chord without that middle note. Okay, so again, F over D is this. F over G is this. And then we have a C chord. Now you're probably noticing in my right hand, the C chord I'm playing in a different position again, all right? This is another inversion. Let me go through that real quick. Remember, that's the C chord root position, right? If I drop this note, put it on top, that gives us the first inversion, the way we were playing the C chord before, so we were doing it down here. Now, if I drop the note on the bottom here, which is E, and I put that on top, that gives me a second inversion of the C chord, which is here. So this is the way I'm actually playing it. We still got C, E, G, but the order is G, C, E. And then after that, we have F over G, so we'll just go back to this here, over G. And that's all we're doing for that. So the F over G this time is this way, hitting the chord twice. So let me play the last 4 bars. So I'll play the F over D, going to the F over G, going to the C chord, and then going to the F over G. All right? Let me do it first, or if you want to, you can play along with me. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So F over D, to the F over G, to the C, and F over G twice. Now, let me play it again. If you want, you can play it along with me, and I won't say anything. This way you can hear the full sound of the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you see it sounds really nice. So what I want to do now is let me play all 8 bars. Let me just do it one time, and then I will, I'll call off the chords as I play them. All right? So here we go. From the very beginning, so I'll play all 8 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I forgot to call off the chords. I think I said I was going to call off the chords. So let me play it one more time, and I'll call off the chords. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the C chord, going to the F chord, G over E, G over A, F over D, F over G, C chord, F over G twice. Okay, so now to actually play the whole thing, what we do is we just do that 2 times. All right, so let me go ahead and play it through twice. And again, what I'll do is I will say the chords as we play them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to the F chord, G over E, G over A, F over D, F over G, C chord, F over G 2 times. Back to the top, so C, F chord, G over E, G over A, F chord, over D that is, and F over G, C chord, F over G twice, and then when we end it, we can just end it with a C chord. Okay, now one of the things I can do with my ending is I can play an arpeggio. So in other words, I got that C chord in the right hand, jump up here, do the exact same thing, then we'll jump up, and I might be out of the view of the camera. but it's the exact same thing. So let me go ahead and play it all the way through from the beginning twice, and then I will end it. And if you want, you can play it along with me. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll play it here. I'm not going to say the chords. That way we can hear everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you have it. So anyway, go ahead and practice that till you become comfortable with it. I hope you enjoyed that lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson.